Welcome back to Skyrim Cooking with Bane. We are cooking from the official Elder Scrolls cookbook. And we're still doing some more simple projects before we tackle the bigger ones. And a lot of the foods will need certain blends of spices. And there are 3 blends of spices that we have to make depending on the dish. And it is split up into 3 categories. We have Imperial seasoning, we have Stormcloak seasoning, Boom Doom's favorite, and Nord spices.
We all know the Imperial seasonings suck.
He's a Stormcloak, forgive him. So we're going to start putting together the Nord spice blend because we need a little bit of it for the next tea we have to make. So we are going to start with 1.5 tablespoons of ground cardamom. Well, we're out of cardamom, and the substitution for that is ground cinnamon and nutmeg. And I had to gather a lot of the spices we were out of. I mean, there's a bunch of spices to put together. So I went to Walmart, I went to Albertsons, I went to Smith's. I went anywhere I could find spices. So here we go. So 1.5. So I'm just going to do this. Nutmeg. Okay, so next is 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So we're going to use a little extra ground cinnamon for this. Next up is 1/4 teaspoon of ground mace. Ground mace. Oh, it's a very spicy blend. It smells a little bit of pine, a little bit to me. 1/4 teaspoon ground cloves. And 1/8 teaspoon of ground grains of paradise. Okay, nobody carries ground grains of paradise. We had to special order this from Amazon. And apparently 1/8 teaspoon is literally a pinch. So here we go. So I got my little mixing bowl. The grains of paradise need to be ground up a bit. So I'm using this heavy, thick glass, and I got a special bowl here. Okay, awesome. So here we go, and you're supposed to put it in an airtight, and I even marked it. Okay, there's our first Nord spices. Next up, we're going to do Boom Doom's favorite, Stormcloak seasoning. So, it says 2 teaspoons of dried dill. So you know this is fresh. 2 teaspoons. Two. Okay. This is half a teaspoon of grains of paradise. One teaspoon mustard powder.
She's choking a camera in prison.
Stop it.
Prison simulator.
Stop. And 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds. It's a real spicy. It's like it reminds me of an outdoorsy smell. All right, into the Stormcloak container. It's kind of a woodsy smell, this combination, because they mainly are outside. Stormcloak seasoning. And last but not least is Imperial seasoning. So first is 3 teaspoons of dried marjoram. Three teaspoons of dried savory. Okay, I couldn't find savory, so I found that one of the substitutes for savory is ground sage. Again, all these seasonings you can get at your local grocery stores. And grains of paradise are the only ones I have found that you need to special order. And savory, I could not find savory. So. I'm sure somebody has savory, but we do substitutes. 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds. Well, couldn't find coriander seeds, but I found ground coriander, so hopefully that will do. 1 teaspoon. It should do, it's just ground up. Okay, and 1/4 teaspoon white pepper. Ground white pepper. So nothing really to ground up here. So here we go. So it'd probably be better if I had a funnel, but I did not get one, so we're working with what we got. Imperial seasoning.
I have to want to add one thing. So basic.
So the next tea we're going to make is the red mountain flower tea. Red mountain flower helps restore magicka. It also is used in potions to fortify magicka, restore magicka, damage health, and I forgot one more thing, but it has to do with magicka. This helps with the magicka. Now, it is said in Dawnstar, when a citizen of Dawnstar dies, a red mountain flower appears on the steps of the White Hall. I haven't seen it happen, but I'll get there eventually. So first up is 1/4 cup dried hibiscus flowers. So I couldn't find that. Health food store has organic hibiscus tea. So I thought that would work just fine. Okay. It's also 2 cups of water to start with, and let it simmer in the pan. And this requires a pinch of Nord spices. Pinch. Go. Pinch of Nord spices. We also need a few slices of peeled fresh ginger, which I have right here. Boom Jim helped peel the ginger, and I sliced it up a few because it's very strong. And the 2 cups of boiling water, which has boiled. So Next up, we need to let it steep for 4 hours. All right, it has been steeping for 4 hours. I can smell the ginger and I smell the hibiscus. Okay. It says you can add sugar and honey for taste. Oops. And the fun part about these recipes is that they are vegan and gluten-free type of recipes. So I'm using stevia for me. All right. It's a berry flavor. It's very yummy. And that is Skyrim Cooking with Bane.